Hi, this is Brian from Gerard, and I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to make some decals with WordPerfect. And this is for our friend Bob in Pittsburgh. And Bob's question was, how can you make some decals in Word? And I thought it'd be easier just to kind of explain it and do a video screen capture of the whole process. And that way Bob can really get a feel for this. But if you look at the screen here, we're going to open up Microsoft Word Perfect and enlarge that, maximize it. And some of the simple tools up here are in the header here, the toolbar area. And I'm just clicking on Insert, and I'm going to insert a shape. And the shape I'm inserting is a rectangle. And you see where that cursor is flashing. You can just stretch out the rectangle and you have a rectangle. Now what you can do next is go over to the fill feature and you can pick out a color, and in this case we're using yellow, and you see I dropped that down, and you can pick yellow, black, whatever color you prefer. And there's black and yellow again. Okay, moving on. At this point you can add some text, and here's just some different features. You can add some shadow and things of that nature. Just kind of take some time and go through that toolbar and play with the features, and really that's how I learned to use the program. It's pretty simple. It's simpler to use than a photo editor. But here I just I right clicked and I clicked on add text, and Bob is from Pittsburgh, so we're typing Pittsburgh in the field there, and then you can see I switched to the home field at the top, and I'm highlighting it, the word Pittsburgh, and now you can see I can change the font size just by putting my cursor over that number. It's pretty simple. Excuse me. And now you can change the font. In this case I pick Times New Roman because it is a pretty standard font on modeling and model trains of that nature. Here I'm just adding spaces between the letters, spacing it out, and you can see as you move the letters, they'll disappear if you're kind of going beyond the edge of the field, so you can make some adjustments to your box as you go. And that's pretty close. And still playing with the box, just trying to get that even. You can just take some time and practice with that. And still playing with the box. Now there's some other things you can do with the font too. If you're not familiar with Word, you can actually highlight the entire word, and you can bold it, make it thicker. You can use you can italicize it, and there's different symbols up there in the underneath the font type on the upper left corner there, and you can see I changed it to Times New Roman, and I hit bold. So it has a little more punch, visually as you look at it against that yellow background. And we added a black outline to the rectangle here. And you can change that to any color you'd like, depending on what type of graphics you're trying to set up. To add more punch to that, you can actually control the weight of that outline. And you can see this drop down menu just beyond halfway down, it'll say weight, and I'm going to actually increase the weight size of that. Okay, I changed right there. You can see I'm going through and just using some of the different features, and I changed that to gold, Pittsburgh, black and gold. Okay, and then now back to weight, and I'm actually going to jump up to a 4.5, well, right there, 3. And I made an adjustment on the box. I'm doing this video, this audio voiceover after I've done this video, so I'm just kind of catching up to what I'm doing here. But again, now looking at that, I think it can go up to a 4.5 point weight for that outline. And you see the drop down. And that definitely looks better in my opinion. And you can make some adjustments to your box. And now here, just going back through, and here's some of the cool shapes you can use with Word. I added a star on one of my graphics, but a pretty simple program. And Bob, if you have any other questions, let me know, and I can show you some additional features. And the one thing I did use, I grabbed it from another website that was open source for my one decal. But you can see there, I just moved the Pittsburgh graphic around, and pretty simple to use. So just to familiarize yourself with the different features